News, my wonderful people, trust me, it's happening again. And Nigerian students are really tired. Everyone is looking for a way out, an opportunity to leave this country legally if they can, because things have gotten worse than you can imagine, and it's no longer business as usual. Again, Asuu extends the strike by another 4 weeks. That's a month. This has been on since what? April the 14th, because Buhari's government have no true cause of protecting lives and property and, a true, heart or relevance for education. But his children are schooling in all the better schools in all over the nations of the world. But other people, they can't be bothered. These are very disturbing things happening. All ASU is asking for is better opportunity for better life for Nigerian students. However, this has been denied them. Let's get all the details. Again, ASU extends strike by 4 more weeks. The union made the announcement in a statement issued on Monday and signed by the national president, Emmanuel Osokake. The academic staff of the university has announced an extension of its ongoing more than 5-month strike by another 4 weeks. The union made the announcement in a statement issued on Monday and signed by its national president, Emmanuel Osokake, citing the failure of the Nigerian government to fulfill its promises and heed the call. Signed by its president, Emmanuel, the statement noted that the decision was taken during an emergency meeting of the Union National Executive Council on Sunday at the headquarters located in the campus of the University of Abuja. The union, however, thanked the leadership of the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, union and civil society organization for trooping out to stage a nationwide protest between 26th and 27th of July. ASU said the emergency meeting of its NEC became necessary since it publicly announced a 12-week extension of the strike in May. It said the Nigerian government has not shown commitment towards resolving the lingering crisis, said the additional 4 weeks will be observed to monitor the government's seriousness and commitment to addressing its concerns. The statement reads in part, following extensive deliberation and taking cognizance of government past failure to abide by its own timeline in addressing issues raised in the 2020 ASU Memorandum of Action, NEC resolved that the strike will roll on for another 4 weeks to give government more time to satisfactorily resolve all the outstanding issues. The rollover strike action is with effort from 12 a.m. on Monday, 1st of August 2022. The grounds for the extension, ASU said, NEC meeting took place between the backdrop of government oblivions as split out by the Memorandum of Action, MOA, it signed with ASU on the 24th December 2020. The union said specifically, NEC recalled that government failure to conclude the process of renegotiating the 2009 agreement deployed the University Transparency and Accountability Solution, pay outstanding arrears to earn academic allowances, and all is the reason for this extension. So you see, if you've been watching and you've been seeing, you'll see that from the president to the vice president to the Senate president to governors to ministers, just name them across the board, they are going overseas to celebrate their children graduating from school. Is anything wrong with that? My answer is no. There's absolutely nothing. In fact, it's a thing of joy that your child went to school and at the end of the day, he graduated very well. That's a good thing to celebrate and a good advance for the family. Not all people who went to school finished up and, had opportunity or family to come and celebrate with them. So your child went to school and came back. That is fantastic. However, you are saddled with the responsibility of seeing to it that Nigeria becomes a better place. You are saddled with the responsibility of ensuring that Nigerian students all across, are given the opportunity to have a choice. They don't have to go abroad for them to have a better education. However, Nigerian government has not given that opportunity at all, making it very difficult, okay, for Nigerian students to be able to carry on with their academics without, interruption, without interruption. And this, I tell you seriously, is bringing down our academic, how we are being seen internationally. To say, do we have a credible, academic section that is uninterrupted, that is going well? The answer is no. Do we have a system in place where, as Nigerian students start school, for instance, in January? We know that 2 years time in February, that's the graduation date. The answer is no. For when you start plus X, that narrative has to change. And it boils down to the crop of leadership. What do they see as important? Are they the set that feels they will take their children, isolate their children to a system that works, and leave every other person's child to suffer? Are those the crop of people we are making leaders? Because the time to make that difference and to make that change is now. Every time we neglect the position of good leadership and we turn a blind eye and we allow, okay, these evil personnel that we keep putting in position that have, that have no true cause of heart for us, this is what we suffer as a nation and as a people. And so what does this entails for us? Make the right decision, stick by it, stay with it, in respect of what is happening. We are assured that this is the decision we have made and we're not going to move. We're going to stick by it. We're going to stay by it. So these are some of the things that are happening and why every one of us together in one accord must stand together so that our children can go to school. Those that want to study in the country, let them study in peace. And those that have the money to send their children to private school, all well and good, or abroad, better still, it's your decision. However, let the system in the country be working. All these things we are doing is what is creating the gap between the rich and the poor. We keep widening those gaps. It ought not to be. It ought not to be. These are man-made. These are created, artificially created by people who we thought should be good, should be giving us good governance. They isolate their own and their kind to go and get better education and leave Nigerians to suffer. And yet, when it calls for the polls, we still go on and support them. Are we being hypnotized or we are being serious here? Are we seriously looking at the things that are going on? Are we seriously, ensuring that we are getting the best people to lead us? Because all that we can see is Nigerian government are not even ready. Those we pick as senators, House of Representative members, what are they doing? How are they ensuring that enough is enough and that the people get what they put them in those houses for? Whether Senate or House of Representative, what are you doing to support and to ensure that the desires of the people, the will of the people stand rather than me, myself, and I? I send my child to a private school. I send my child abroad. What about the other man's child? The day we stop seeing the me mentality and we start seeing the we mentality, I think we've conquered a lot of things on that grounds alone. When we stop with the me mentality and we start seeing the we mentality, I think we stand a better chance of moving forward. So these are some of the things that are happening and why every one of us have got, the real points of call, especially at this time, to make that difference by standing for what is right, by standing for what we believe in, and do not allow some Tom, Dick, and Harry who call themselves government and are no leaders at all to be the reason why we are stuck, because we put them in those offices and they are making no decision for us at all other than themselves. So you see, the time to really advance is now. The time to make progress is now. Yes, bye for now.